Hi, this is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. It's almost 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, March the 18th, and I'm excited to show you how to make these wonderful 3D tulips. We'll get started in just a minute. There it is. The clock says it's 3 o'clock, so let's get started. This is part of a suite called Flowering Fields in the January to June mini catalog, and it includes some really wonderful things. Let me get my catalog and show you. It's one of their featured suites for sure. And it starts on page 14 and has these wonderful samples. And designer series paper, some brushed brass butterflies, this beautiful window pane ribbon, and two bundles with dies and stamp sets. And I got this one. I haven't gotten this one. I think I will pass on it, but I did want the one to make the tulips, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Let me show you a close-up of the stamp set. But today I'm not going to be doing any stamping. And then the designer series papers are beautiful with tulips all over them. This is the back side of that one. I have pictures that I have taken here from the Skagit Valley, and the tulip fields look just like that. Very gorgeous, except that it's not green behind. It's actually brown from the soil. Oh, and the back side of that is this wonderful kind of window pane check. I like this very much. And this is a gorgeous colorway. And here's the back side with the larger tulips. Close up of the tulips. A wonderful poppy red, I think, and yellow dotted one, and wonderful pink sky. Oh, here's the larger one, the full view of that tulip field. And there's one more. No, I think that's most of them. Okay, so this is the card I'm going to make using parts of this, most of this tulips die set that come with it. Has a border punch, which I did for making this border here. Has this die to just make kind of a window pane check design on it. It has two leaf dies, which I have used. Has two stems. Has this die and this die. Several of these are for punching out the stamped images. So this one goes with that. I believe. And that one's there. I think these are slightly smaller size. Images are at 90%. That's why the dies don't quite fit. And then this one here, I'm not quite sure. I think it's for some shading at the base of the tulips. And then the rest of these dies are for making the 3D tulips. You might wonder what these dies are on. I buy magnetic sheets from Amazon, and I peel them off. They're adhesive backed, and I just use the cardboard that the dies come on and put the label on one side and the magnetic on the other. So it makes it nice. I slide it inside the plastic sleeve that it comes with. For a while I was storing them in with the stamp sets, but then I would forget to use them for other projects. So now I store them separately in a shoebox file. So let's get started with this card. Going to need this is punched out or die cut out of basic white, and I put the adhesive sheet on the back of this one before I die cut, so that it would be, so these would stick down without having to put multi-purpose liquid glue on them. We have basic white card base, 11 by 4 1/4, or you could have 8.5 by 5 1/2 and score at 4 1/4. It's up to you. This is a piece of that yellow daffodil. Oh, that's the one maybe I didn't show you. Yellow daffodil with this design here. And this is the card base. I'll go ahead and put that on. Okay. Front and center snail, or seal. It's almost a shame to hide this, but I don't think that the daffodil, the tulips would show very clearly with this busy a background. I want the little flower things to go up. Turn this over. This designer series paper is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so that you have a nice little border all the way around. Now I'll set that aside. Can't believe it. Oh, that's just a piece of paper. That's just the backing. Okay, so I'll set this aside and let's get started on the tulips. Excuse me. I've already die cut them. We have 3 dies that look like this. Medium, and a bud, and a larger flower. So we've got these 3 flowers. The bud looks like you would do it this way, but it's got a big broad top there, and I think if we turn it upside down this way, see, there's the scalloped edge. So I think that it's much more realistic if you turn that way. And then we have 2 of these. These 2 use this die, and then all 3 of them use this die, which is the smallest petal. So I chose these out of pumpkin pie for the centers pieces. And 2 of these, one for each of the 2 flowers that take it, that. And then we have this one here. Turn it so it matches. Oh, turn the die over. Doesn't matter. And this is the bud one. Turn it like that. And this one is this one here. Now, if you look closely, there is a score line right through here. And I've been told that if you, and you can also kind of vaguely see some embossing on these, but you turn it, fold it on the score line, like that. This piece has the score line right through there, so you would fold it gently, like so, lining it up the bottom so that it's even. And this one has 2 score lines. Like that. So that's how those pieces go. Now to put them together, I'm going to move this out of the way. I've used both glue dots. You could use multi-purpose liquid glue, but I find the glue dots, especially these little ones that come with the paper pumpkin kits, to be really useful. I've got my take your pick. And we're going to start with this piece and kind of curl it with the bone folder to give some dimension to it. Kind of give it a little bit of a curve. And I'm going to put a mini Stampin' Dimensional near the top of the V. Come on. Like that. But I have also found that you need to have the bottom sticking together, so I'm going to put a glue dot there to hold that bottom together. Come on. Put it right there. Like that. And then take this piece and put them together like so. And press real hard on the bottom so that the glue dot really sticks well. So there's that one. We'll do the same thing with this one. This one you can see the shading. It shows up pretty well there. I also discovered that there's a certain way to align them up with these dies to make them fit better. Hi Robin, I'm glad you're watching today. I, by the way, am only passing this on to you. I watched other videos to see how to do it. I probably could have figured it out, but why reinvent the wheel when somebody else has already done it? So there, we've got those two pieces done. Okay, so the next step is to put a glue dot or two on the back of that. Oh, well, this one goes in here. And remember I said that this bud looks more realistic when it's up like that than when it's like that. Because the tulip bulbs are generally tighter at the top than at the bottom. So we'll do this one. We just slip that right in there. And then to close this up, this is where the little glue dots, the mini ones, really work well, because I put a dot there. These I don't want to have up high because I want to be able to have the top kind of stick out for the 3D effect. And then I'm going to put a bigger one here just for extra tight security. And like I say, you can use multi-purpose liquid glue for this. It works quite well. It just takes a little longer time to get it to stick. Okay, and I like to fold the small one first over like that. Doesn't quite cover, but that's okay. Could have used a big glue dot here, I guess, instead of two little ones. Man, these papers are sticking so well. On one side particularly, they seem to. If it weren't for the take your pick tool, I would have a difficult time getting them off because I don't have very long fingernails. Okay, then you fold this over, kind of matching the bottoms like that. And there's the bulb, the bud. That's this die. Okay, this is the one that I was supposed to be doing. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on this one. And it goes this way into this one. Come on now. Okay, this is one where Really needs to go like this. So that this edge and this, see how it matches up there? If you use this one, it kind of sticks over. Okay, so put some mini glue dots, tiny ones, on this piece right about there. And I can put a big one down here. And I'm going to put another one kind of rolled up right here. To help keep the bottom tight. So then you fold this over. And there you have number 2, the medium-sized one. Okay, on to the number 3. They really don't take that much time. And it's kind of fun to play with different color combinations. I could see these as white tulips with a pink center. Ooh, that would be gorgeous. And this one fits down in. Okay, so here's that edge and here's this one again. Okay, so if I put it this way, I'm not going to press it hard. But see how, yeah, that looks okay. I guess I'll do it that way. It's your choice. Make sure that's pressed down firm. Put it there. A big one on the other side. There, and I'm going to put a big one here too to make everything seal up good and tight. They're kind of funky looking when you cut them out until you see how they work. And again, I'm going to put the short one first. And this one you're not going to quite line up the bottom. It's not possible to line up the bottom because it's that much longer. But that still makes a nice rounded bottom to your tulip. So there you go. There's the 3. There are the 3 tulips. Let's go back to our card. So we're going to start putting the pieces together. Let me get the dies out of the way. Okay, so we have these 2 dies for the stems and these 2 leaves. And I have cut out, since we're going to have 3 flowers, I've cut out 3 leaves. And I've cut out 3 stems. And I'm not quite sure which one I like better. I got 2 of the skinny ones and 1 of the short ones. Like I say, I'm not sure which I like better. And then we also have this piece here. So when I made my sample card, I put this piece down first and then had to slide the leaves down underneath. So I'm going to go the other way around this time. I'm going to start with the flowers and the leaves. And the stems I have, you almost have to put the adhesive sheet behind and then go ahead and die cut, because to put glue around here on these, I know I would have it all over everywhere. But with the adhesive sheet on the back, all you have to do is zip. And you've got adhesive right there. Oh, there's 2 pieces of it. The adhesive sheets come in 12 by 6 inch sheets, and there are 3 strips, 2 inches each, by 12 inches of the adhesive. And so depending on how you cut your dies, you might end up with splits in the adhesive, which is not really a problem. So I kind of suggest that you put, okay, so these go about like that. Being slender like that, you can turn them whichever way you want. Okay, this one I'll put here. And this one doesn't have the adhesive backing. So multi-purpose liquid glue to the rescue. For once it's not coming out in globs. Now, depending on how you want your curve to go, you could put it that way, or you can turn it this way, which is how I'm going to do it, to have a little more motion to my flowers. Come on up. There we go. I had some leftover adhesive sheets from someplace else, and oh my goodness, they were hard to use. They were so thick. Okay, let me see now how I'm going to place my flowers. Put that one there, and this one here. This one here. See how thick that is compared to the others? Put the larger flower there. Put this one up here. Okay, and the leaves. They don't have adhesive, well, they have part of an adhesive back. What I intend to do sometime is to take all my different colors that I use regularly and take maybe a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet, and just go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of them, so that when I get ready to cut, it's ready to go. Because I'm always in a hurry and I don't want to take the time, or I always forget actually to put the adhesive on till after it's cut out, and then I'm going, oh dang, should have done that. Okay, this one does have adhesive on the back. You can tell because of the white paper backing. See how fast it is when you have that adhesive already on there? Okay, and I'll put these on with glue dots. I really like the cheeriness of this yellow paper and the yellow tulips. We have had the last couple of days have been rather dark and rainy. And I'm still trying to adjust to daylight savings time. It's nice to have the extra daylight hours at nighttime, but it really is the pits to wake up, and it's still dark out. Oh my goodness. It's hard to wake up and get going. And if they go to permanent daylight savings time, winter is going to be miserable around here, because it'll be dark still until probably 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm a morning person. I don't like to have to wait around till afternoon to get motivated. Replace that. Okay. And like I say, the back of this has adhesive on it. When I made this one, I didn't have it on because I didn't think about it. So there's pieces that are kind of sticking out. You have to be careful of. Now, this is longer than what I want. This was the whole length of the die. I'm going to cut it right about here with paper snips. And then I'm going to come in here and trim around this flower. To disconnect them. Come on, get started. So see how easy it is to peel it off. Okay, so the bottom didn't have any adhesive. And just put that down here. Like that. Looks like I cut it a little bit short. Okay, now you could put a greeting, stamp a greeting right there out of the set. Happy Mother's Day would fit there nicely. That would fit there just perfectly. Could probably also stamp it up there. Or, let's see. And there's just thinking of you today. That would still be a little bit of a challenge to get it into my design. So I'm not going to put a greeting on the outside. I will put that just thinking of you today, or no one deserves a happier birthday than you on the inside. Or you could even say, let today be the start of something new. I'm going to add this window pane bow. right there. And call my card good. Call my card finished. I just love to have these glue dots. Before they came out with them, I would take pieces of hot glue sticks, cut them up into little pieces, put one down where I wanted to adhere a ribbon or a decorative thing, and then heat it before I put the ribbon down. So there you have it. The Tulip Dies beautiful card for spring. Right now the daffodil fields here are in full bloom. The tulip fields will be about the middle of April before they get started. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can email me, Sue at soggystamper.com. I will have this posted on my blog, not the directions on how to make the cards, but I'll have a link to the YouTube when I put this up there. But I'll have the dimensions of the cutting dimensions on soggystamper.com. And if you need any of these supplies, I would love to have you be my customer. creationsbysue.stampinup.net if you live here in the United States. Thank you for watching. My YouTube channel is The Soggy Stamper, and I look forward to having you join me again next week on Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Once I'm through with the live thing, I will respond to any of your comments. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.